What's happening? It's your boy coming at you on Game Chopping TV. This is the spot where we chop it all the way up. Media, news, hip-hop, what's really going on in the streets, and of course, live gaming. We break down stories, talk culture, and keep the conversation moving. And when I ain't talking about it, I'm in the chair racing, shooting, grinding, live and uncut so you can vibe with me. Hit that subscribe, tap.
What it do? Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we chopping this game over here, man. Had to tap into this one, man, so actually kind of saw it earlier this morning and stuff, and it hadn't really crossed my mind again until later this evening and stuff. But I was definitely, and still, definitely was a fan of his music during the early 2008, 07, 2010 stuff like that, the early 2000s though. Definitely was a fan of his music back then. And who am I talking about? We're talking about OJ the Juiceman. The situation with him today is that I've seen is that he got basically he pointed a gun at a state trooper. He pointed a strap at a state trooper. On I-20 East in Atlanta. I've rode that interstate before. But so I'm not sure exactly like why he did that. I think that's definitely a dangerous move. Like I say, as far as his career, I've been definitely a fan of his music. For some years and stuff. Used to be slapping in the trunk, man. When he first came out around Gucci and all that. But hadn't really been hearing much from him. He's dropping stuff, but the impact isn't the same now. He's not the guy in his prime anymore. He's the older cat now that a lot of these youngsters don't know nothing about. So only those that know. But yeah, and it's a dangerous situation, and I'm wondering, like I said, I still don't know why he pointed the gun. I haven't heard anything or seen anything from sources because it's kind of crazy. Like, was he just frustrated by being bothered by the police or state trooper? Does he feel like he's been in enough trouble and just got frustrated? And like, what's the point of pointing the strap at him? Which I don't recommend, popping at him or nothing like that. Anyways, I think that's dangerous enough pulling the heat. But I wonder why, And the thing is, I wonder if he was going to get locked up and arrested anyway, because, now just for pulling it, that's out of emotion or whatever now, that's definitely not a good look. So that's, this is what's going on. And they can almost be suicidal, You see people who's on some suicide stuff that do stuff like that, grab a knife and get to walking towards the police and stuff like that, but I wonder what was the situation, man. How was it when whoever pulled up and arrested him? Was he literally at gunpoint like this at the cop, or what? And if so, that's crazy. And it makes me say, was this situation where he's fed up with life and was just like, hey, y'all gotta take me out, dang it, because I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to be bothered with a lot of this stuff no more or whatever, because like, you don't play like that, especially with somebody you would think, would have, a lot to lose or stuff to lose. Who knows? Like I say, he may not have nothing to lose anymore. I don't know, but he might. He always seemed like the type of cat that grinded and, had, some kind of motion going. It's, from back in those days. Anyway, I don't know what it's like for him now. Especially for him to do a crash mission like that now. Pointing strap at a 50, at a 5-0 state trooper, and all that. That's not a good look, man. And that's where I just wonder, like, was that a crash out mission that that failed because they didn't go overboard and put him in a situation to say, oh yeah, we shot because he had a gun and he had it pointed at a trooper. Crazy work, man. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment, man. What's up with that with Juiceman? Why would he do that? Why did he do that? I mean, was he trying to get them to pop? You know what I'm saying? And just, like I say, failed. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I guess over next day or so, maybe we'll hear more about it, why he did it. You know, maybe I don't know. We'll see if when he gets out, if he gets out, and you know if he has something to say or whatever. Cause that's crazy, man. And the thing about it is, he's not like one of the popular rappers right now. You know what I'm saying? So may not be a whole lot said about it. I mean, or even followed up on it. Who knows? You know, but that's a crazy thing to do, man. I don't know, but definitely, like I say, fan of the music, go check out some of his throwback. Hey, hey, you know all that. You know what I'm saying? Man, he had the trunks rumbling. The music scene was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty nice around that time when he came out with his signature. Hey, you know. So just for that though. I'm gonna go back and what if it's a marketing publicity stunt? Because I'm gonna go back and listen to some of that throwback stuff when it was his turn, you know, just to catch that feeling again, you know, because it was a moment. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, man. It's crazy work. I hope things get better for him, or whatever. Maybe the story will come out on exactly what happened and why. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, though, man. That's another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we chopping this game over here, man.